what problems are you having? Just the ones you listed? Okay. I'm trying to think if that's ever happened to me while playing. Are you playing in full screen or windowed? Try it on windowed. I vaguely remember my buddy Frankie having that problem when he was trying to play it, and windowed seemed to clean it up a little bit for him. I mean, especially because he had to turn stuff down and all that. I mean, even then, you can turn it down to 720 instead of 1080. Yeah, just windowed. Like, I played it windowed right now. And it's just fine. I mean, you can put it in window full screen if you really want to. Wait, I'm running on a 3.5 i5, 16 gig of RAM, 2 gigabyte video card. And I mean, as far as game experience, I don't think I've ever really had huge problems with the game. Unless, of course, it was when the game first came out and connection issues and all that.
We're close, boys. We'll find that temple. I can feel it. Rogers, no cutting corners. Don't forget the salt. Salt's not the best solution, but it's the only thing that doesn't freeze out here, and solid footing is a must.
Huh. It might be SWTOR's engine that's just kind of drawing more on your machine than WoW usually does. But yeah, I mean, if you have everything turned low, and even in windowed, it's still crapping out on you, that's probably something for customer service at that point, because like, that just should not be happening.
You are in the presence of a Lord of the Sith. Act it.
Apologies, my lord. I forget my profession is not of interest to everyone. What brings you to Hoth, and how may I be of service?
I'm taking over this team in order to locate a ship called the Star Runner.
A ship. Not usually our line, but let's hear it. Maybe we can help. A bit new for the reclamation service, but artifacts. And a ghost. I've heard that the dead talk down in the tombs, but to see one, oh. I wonder if it'd be possible to make a hollow image.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something weird going on. You should have what you need to run the game at that point.
I imagine it would depend on the light.
Yes. Darker would be better. Engineer Sorrel, do we have any probes that aren't frozen solid?
Shalora works as good as any in these conditions, sir. She may not look like much, but she's got heart.
If my guess is correct, the captain would have launched a distress beacon before the crash, which would give us a line on the ship.
Not a bad idea.
Beware, my lord. The cold's master out here. My boys and I are going to shift camp. Try to get a better communication setup going. But let us know if you find anything.
Yeah, don't add. This game has, for some reasons, had its ups and downs with some people. That has been for unforeseen reasons. I mean, you should have what you need to run the game. Now, to what extent that may not be as easily figured out as we'd like, but sorry, I have to sneeze. I'm trying to hold it back. But I mean, the game should work. That should easily be in range of the minimum requirements, so. Oh, because you're running XP. I gotcha. Yeah, I'm on Windows 7. Did you update all your DirectX drivers and all that fun crap that I'm sure some customer service person will probably tell you what ticket to do? It's a US server. It's the Harbinger. Okay. Really? You want to chase after me?
PCR na sisun wisan. Tu kwantal John. Mas Jakarta. Kwantal John.
I'm trying to think of what else could possibly be causing a conflict. I mean, ultimately, that's probably what it would end up being. It's just something is conflicting with something and causing it to run that way. See if it's not drivers. Oh, I remember those days when WoW first came out and I had a crappy computer and trying to do the good old playing my rogue jump spinning, which was very common in PvP and vanilla. Basically, you just had a target and you just kind of did one of these while spamming whatever, whether it be backstab, sinister strikes, etc., etc. Just so you stay away from them so they're not facing you, they can't hit you, blah blah blah.
This is Captain Quellen of the Star Runner. SOS. I repeat, SOS. We're caught in Hoth's gravitational pull and falling fast. Strange events date back 2 weeks. Yavin 4 artifacts believed to be the source. Something has taken control of the ship. To whomever finds this message, burn this vessel. Don't look inside. Don't touch it. Burn it.
Lieutenant Drellick really is something else. Could find a wampa hair in a snowdrift, I bet.
It still doesn't tell me where the ship is.
No, but we have a bearing from the beacon launch. And those tracks. Somebody beat us to this thing. Lieutenant, sir. We found the beacon, but no ship. There's some light tracks, though. Appear to be a few days old.
Have Shalora zoom in, Sorrel. I've been studying alien tracks since I was old enough to know a Twi'lek from a Toccata. Ortolan. I'd know them if they were 6 days old and covered in jam. Those are Ortolan tracks.
Covered in jam? Do I want to know?
I'll be sure to look for you next time my ship's galley is invaded by a pack of Ortolans.
That's a good one. I'll have to remember that next time the Imperial Reclamation Service Trackers Committee meets. It looks like those Ortolans dug something up. Possibly a clue to the ship's location. Sorrel, where's the nearest Ortolan camp?
It's a ways beyond the next outpost. But the tracks look headed in the right direction.
Well, might be time to put on your best diplomatic face, my lord. Ortolans don't like outsiders much, but it looks like they're the key to finding our ghost.
A little lightning will break them. It always does.
Well, it sounds a little gruesome, but who am I to question a master's methods? I'll have Sorrel bring the beacon to the base. Between it and the Ortolans, we're bound to have a breakthrough. We'll be there when you're through dealing with the Ortolans.
Okay, let's see, Hoth Commendation. Pick that up for Cam. Alright, well, let's see. It's not a driver. Maybe something in. Yeah, see, I mean, this is what I run on right now. Make sure you turn off shadows. That usually comes in handy. Well, because I have played through 5 classes all the way to 50, and my original intention when I first started this was to play through all 8, which I'm going to do. And I record it, put it on YouTube. And so I still kind of go through the entire quest thing because, you know, I'm sure someone out there actually wants to see it or hear it or something. I mean, especially when it's story stuff. I mean, you know, the side quests and even the planetary quests, I'm sure I could probably skip through at this point and no one would care. But when it comes to the class story, I'm sure people would yell at me if I started skipping through that stuff. I don't like being yelled at. Not really, I care less if people would yell at me. Yeah. Seriously? That was a little, different. Just stunned me and then continued to do nothing.
You're done great. Got the activation signal from the Republic data relay, and we're already jamming their comm. Thanks to you, things are getting hot round here.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna actually take a convocation. I really wish there was a slow fall spell in this game. It would make elevators so much easier. Alright, the stream's doing it. Well, it's doing it for me again anyway. Well, of course you're not looking at it. XSplit's fine. I think we just hit a lag spot, that's all it was. Alright.
I found Colonel Vanis. He was dead. Murdered by Republic TARs.
TARs. That would make sense. Cold adapted, Republic aligned. I've not killed their kind before. What about you, Commander?
What? Yes, of course.
The base awaits your orders, Commander.
We are having deep morale issues in the forward outpost. I must show them that we can triumph without Colonel Vanis. Now is the time for reprisals. These chittering animals will not get away with this. I want 10 of the Republic to suffer for every one of ours dead. I want every last Tolls wiped out, their heads on sticks out in the frost.
Their destruction is assured. I only need their location.
Location is important, but an estimate of their numbers doubly so. A covert action is advisable, or we'll end up wiping out one group and causing the rest to go into hiding. I have data arrays we could install in their communications link. If we did that, we could locate and estimate their numbers before we hit them.
Killing is reliable. Technology isn't.
That sounds like a lesson gleaned from a life far more interesting than mine.
Commander! Come in, Commander! Go ahead, Scout 5.
We found a nest of tolls on the ice lake. Too many to engage. Transmitting coordinates now.
Perfect timing. Brutally slaughtering a few dozen should sow fear throughout their little cabal. When you're done, report to the forward outpost. It's closer to the lake, and the men there can see your success in person.
Yeah, there's... When it comes to the combat system in this game, I thought they could have done things differently than making it a WoW clone, but basically that's what they wanted to do, so that's what they did. Like, because it's Star Wars has a very different combat way of doing things, because there's so many different lightsaber forms and things of that nature, and I wish they would have integrated lightsaber styles into the game. But in essence, it's a WoW clone, which is a EQ clone. So you do whatever. I have to close this thing. Yeah, customer service is basically like every other game. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's like every other game. They kind of have a playbook that they go by, and if any problem arises that's outside the playbook, they just kind of dirt on you. Oh joy, the companion bug is back. There he is. Now, did they actually respond to you in game, or did they just send you auto response? You would think it'd be something that they've run into before, or at least have had a complaint about in the past. That might be something you're gonna end up searching the internet for, unfortunately, because we all know how helpful the internet can be. As someone who has quit WoW in the past, and played it again, and quit it again, and played it again, and quit it again, you're probably not going to find a game that replaces WoW. I mean, as much as I wish there was a game out there that did that. It's just, and I mean, I've had a problem with WoW for a while. I mean, I was a vanilla player, and I got accustomed to, you know, the vanilla way of doing things. It's very different from the way things are now. I've tried many a different MMO in order to leave. I've played EverQuest 2, Warhammer, Guild Wars 2, Star Trek, Star Wars Galaxies, Star Wars Teal Republic, and TBC was fine. TBC was before they really ruined the game. I mean, most people that I talk to, you know, Wrath of the Lich King is when the game stopped being fun for just about everybody I know. Yeah, I got to the point where I am, basically where I am in this game, where I had, you know, all 10 character slots filled. I had, let's see, I had a paladin, a warrior, a hunter, a rogue, a mage, a warlock, a priest, 2 bank alts, and I think I started a goblin shaman at some point. And like I had every profession covered, and all that was just because there was so much downtime from raiding, and times where there wasn't a new raid, so we weren't doing anything, and a lot of the problems that people complain about, you know, even for this game, about the lack of endgame content and everything, but I had a ton of time to just stand around and do nothing, so I leveled a bunch of tunes and had, I was on like 4 different raid teams at one point.
Hello. Good to see you, my lord. We had feared the worst.
Good work. Has the base been informed? How is morale there?
Gentlemen, the commander wants to know how we feel about the tolls being struck down.
Excellent. That's a sound I've not heard in some time. And I understand one of our patrols spotted towels that fled rather than fight. The tides of war are with us.
Your men smell blood. Time to deliver it to them.
I couldn't agree more. We have devised a plan to put the Tals in position for a killing blow. Their supplies, weapons, medical equipment, and the high-calorie food they require, all of it is stored in one central location. They may be adapted to the cold, but without their supplies, they wouldn't last a week. So we will destroy their cache.
So instead of fighting Tolls, you want us to fight hungry, angry Tolls?
They should be able to mount one counterattack before hunger weakens them. If I were them, and suddenly without food, I would raid this base. So we will amplify our defenses here and spring the trap shut. Unfortunately, getting at their supplies may be difficult. They are in a series of ice caves overrun by Wampas.
The more challenging, the better.
If that is the case, I suggest an alternative. We are desperately short on supplies here. If you could bring back all you find, it could make a valuable difference.
But we'd need over 100 kilos of food alone. How would anyone carry that and still fight?
You'd be surprised how much I can carry.
Daring, my lord. I hope you're making the right call. Take anything of theirs that gives them aid or comfort. Make them come crawling. Let them know who the masters of this miserable world are.
I think I've played most MMOs alone.